So today I'm going to be doing a vlog on a low intensity workout. I'm going over to the Marino Center at Northeastern University, and I'm going to do about 7 different exercises at a low intensity rate with no weights or some very low free weights for a little bit of resistance. What this does is it still helps me to feel the exercise and to feel those motions, and provides a little bit of resistance when I use the low weights, but it's not high enough to cause me to burn out or to really fatigue my muscle to the level of a very intense workout. So I still get the benefit of a little bit of strengthening, a little bit of conditioning, and some toning, and some caloric output, but not to the point of burnout. So let's go. So here I am. This is the Marino Recreation Center at Northeastern University. They allow community members to use this facility from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning for free, as long as you live in zip codes 02115 or 02116. I live in 02115. So this is where I come to work out in the mornings to do some low intensity workouts or low intensity exercises. All right, about to enter. Thanks. And taking the stairs is one quick and easy way to get a little bit of exercise if you don't have much time to exercise but are overweight or not as healthy as you would like to be. So that's a good little idea, and I know a lot of doctors do that because they're pressed for time. And of course, drinking plenty of water throughout the workout, keeping hydrated, and throughout the day is very important. So I'm going to start with the Kaiser stationary bicycle, which is this one right here. And the first thing I have to do is find one that I can adjust properly. So let's try this one. There's the adjustment thing. It's a little lever or something. When I set it at 5, I think it goes from 1 all the way to 5. So yeah, this one's not adjusting. So it might be this one then. And here we are, this one's adjusted for me already. That's at 5, that's for the handlebars. And now the seat, for me the seat has to be at level 8. So I'm gonna adjust that now. And there's a little lever or stopper or whatever. And it's at D, so just have to pull this out and then pull the seat up. So now the seat's adjusted to H, and for that lever, you actually have to pull and unscrew the lever a little bit, and if you want to tighten it back, release it and screw it back. So I think it's unscrewed to the left and screw back to the right. So I'm going to do this for about 3 minutes or so. That is the gear in the lower left. It goes up and down. I usually start around 3. I only do this for about 3 minutes or so. Take my time. See, my legs are pedaling. And I just increase resistance as I get warmed up. So yeah, I increase resistance as I get warmed up. And then as I start to feel fatigue, I just decrease the resistance. I switch in the gear. So I'm about at 5 now. And I'm going to go up to about 8. I just do that just to warm up. You can do it for a longer time, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but for me 3-4 minutes is enough. And I'm definitely trying to keep it low intensity so I don't feel tired after working out. I don't have a long recovery period and I can go about my day, which usually ends up being about 1 mile. Now I'm up to 17. Right there is comfortable. I'm feeling a little burn in my thighs, so I just decrease it a little bit. Right about there. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna finish out the mile and then on to the next exercise. There we go. I'll bring it all up. Good. And now it's to the studio. They have a little studio area back here, which is really comfortable. It's large enough, so not too small, but not too big either. So it's pretty good for small groups. So there, I'm just going to do some light stretching and some soccer specific movements. They actually have 2, which is, and then they also have this one. I'm choosing the one at the back in this situation because less people usually come all the way to the back when they can stop at the first room. So this is the studio, and they have some kickboxing facilities and glass, or mirrors rather, all on the walls there at an eye. So this is where I'll do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of adductor and abduction movements and hip rotation, medially, laterally, and stuff like that. We do this in soccer. I'm not sure of the exact name of this exercise, but it's definitely a soccer specific or a football specific exercise.
Ready?
Yep. So, just some easy stretches and range of motion things. I'm working on my hip flexors and adductors. And just like 5 to 6 times, or until you feel comfortable, whatever is comfortable. That's a stretch.
So there's the studio. Now it's time for some weights. And I'm only using light weights, the lightest weights possible. So like 2.5 pounds or 5-pound dumbbells. That's a lot better for my muscles. I'm not ripping and tearing my muscles as much, or possibly even at all. My muscles still have a lot of time to heal. I still get some of the benefits of the resistance and can feel an increased stretch. But it's definitely healthier than going for all that power weighting and power weights, which do serve a purpose, but just not the best when it comes to maximizing health. So here are the weights. And that right there is a 5-pound dumbbell, which is exactly what I'll be using. And here they have weights from 5 pounds all the way to 27.5, but you know, you can get them all the way up probably to 200. Ready? Mm-hmm. Sorry. And now it is upstairs to the 3rd floor. So this is on the 2nd floor of the Marino Center. And up there, I'm gonna use a therapy ball. This is specifically to work on my adductors, since I do have an old adductor injury of my right pectineus, which is a muscle of my right groin, or those adductor muscles, which are made up of 5 different muscle groups bilaterally. So of the right leg and the left leg, specifically right and left thighs. So I'm gonna go get those balls. So I just walked up the stairs. I'm now on the 3rd floor of the Marino Center and getting to those therapy balls. They use this a lot. They can use it for yoga, use it in physical therapy, for a lot of rehabilitation, stability of the core. There's a lot of different ways to use these balls. Sitting on them or using them for resistance. So they're actually right over here. I'm gonna choose the smallest one, which is this green one, and do some adductor exercises with it. And again, I'm only doing like, you know, 5 to 6, 7 reps of each of these exercises.
All right, let's go.
Next. And here's the Cybex machine. It's also another machine for adductor and abductors. I'm primarily using it for my adductors. So you can see their hip abduction and adduction. And there it even shows the muscles. Right on there it has a depiction of the muscles that are going to be activated and be contracting and relaxing throughout the exercise. That will be focused on. This is an excellent machine. I like this one for my adductors. And now this is the back machine, or it's kind of like a stationary back machine of some sort. Yeah, there's this guy at HMS, which is Harvard Med School, who used to do this exercise almost every time I saw him in the gym. And I think it's actually probably really good, but I wasn't doing it at that time. But kind of to prevent low back pain, strengthen my back slightly, and activate those muscles, I've started doing this exercise without any weight resistance other than my body weight. So there it is. And lastly, for a little bit of fun, to relax and do something else, they actually have a tread wall, which is like a simulator of like rock climbing, which is something I wouldn't have mind doing, but at this point I don't really think I'm planning to ever go really rock or really climb on some cliffs with whatever little spelunking or whatever that little material stuff is. Anyhow, any of that slips, there goes my life. And quite honestly, it's not that serious for me. So the tread wall I have to do, and that's back downstairs on the second floor, so I'm going down there now. So now I'm on the second floor, and they have basketball courts in here, and I play indoor hockey and indoor soccer. Obviously hockey is a big deal up here because it's the Northeast, it's, you know, Boston, Massachusetts. But yeah, soccer's a big deal up here too. So here's the machine. And that's the tread wall. So, and that's a fun machine. I'm only going to do that for about 3 to 5 minutes, probably about 3 minutes. I'm just adjusting this. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we'll start with the bars. Now this side. What's your name again? Matt. All right, I'll look for you if you send an email. Yeah. And there it is, a little device. So here's some of the, so at this point it's really about cooling down. So here's some of the other facilities for me. You know, it's just like a comfortable walk at this point, maybe some light stretching, figuring out what little muscles or tendons or ligaments, bones, little injuries, anything bothering me, and making sure that I cater to that and prepare and rehabilitate so that I don't have any major injuries. And there it is. Through there you might see that that's a hockey goal. You could even use that as an indoor soccer goal. Actually, I'll go around the curtain. That right there. And there's another goal down there. And this is obviously on the basketball court. And then, so for me, yeah, I don't mind going back upstairs to just do a lap around the indoor track that they have. which is not a Olympic regulation track, but it's adequate. And you know, it's a really cool track, being that it's indoor and on the 3rd floor. So I'll just go do one quick lap, and when I get in there, instead of rushing through the lap, just take my time and walk at a comfortable pace, shake my legs out, and you know, get ready to transition from a workout in the morning to maybe getting a little bit of work done, getting something comfortable to eat that's very nutritious, without much sugar, specifically processed sugars, without much salt, specifically added salt, and without much oil, again, specifically added oils. So this is the indoor track. They do have an indoor pool, but it's not in the Marino Center, and it's not accessible to non-Northeastern affiliated people, such as community members. But yeah, I mean, for a facility like this at Harborview, adding an indoor pool would be really helpful, and you know, some other facilities, because that stuff helps to relax, helps to do other exercises, and especially during periods of fatigue, when tired of running and tired of kicking the ball, perfecting technique as a footballer, having some of those things specifically for football, soccer football, in Kingston, Jamaica at Harborview Football Club would do a lot for Kingston, for Jamaica, and obviously for Harborview, and for CONCACAF, Mexico, United States, the Caribbean, Trinidad, you know, Grenada, and you know, even the rest of the world, Europe, Asia, China, Japan, all those places. When they come to Jamaica, they'll have some excellent facilities to utilize, courtesy of Jamaica and all the investors and whatever governmental and political people and athletes who I'm sure will want to be involved at some point in time. So now I'm going to run back downstairs. What I do, or actually just walk down the stairs. What I do when I do start to get tired though, I'll start using the elevator. Or when I feel fatigued, I start using the elevator. Anytime I feel fatigued, I just rest, take a break, and I don't force any of these exercises or, you know, try to peak to my maximal limit anymore. Which I did do as a developing footballer in, you know, grade school, high school, college, and even to some extent when I was playing with the Harvard Medical Soccer Club here in Boston as a medical student. But now it just doesn't feel as fun. I don't recover as quickly. I'm definitely much older, since I'm 39 years old now, soon to be 40. So let me just show y'all one other thing. Here, as a community member, or I guess Northeastern alum or Northeastern affiliate, you can get a lock for the locker rooms. So I'll definitely turn my camera off, but I'll just point out a couple things that do make a difference. So here are the locks and the benches. You know, obviously it's important for any professional club. Windows, mirrors, dryers, toilets. I think they even have showers. Let me see if anybody's using them. So there's some of the showers. And you know, the thing that would be nice, even including for a club at Harborview, would be a sauna, something like this. I think it might be locked. Actually, it's open. Yeah, this is a nice wooden sauna, quite premium. Doesn't really have to be much bigger than this. This would be more than adequate, or maybe even something a little bit bigger. Even, probably not too much smaller though. You know, 4 to 5, maybe 6 people can fit in here. If you want, 11 people in at a time, it probably needs to be a little bit larger. And there I am, about ready to go home. Oh, take care. And maybe even a TV. And they even have a ATM in here. Bank of America. Guess for Jamaica, it'd probably be what? Bank of Jamaica, or what other banks do they have? NCB. I don't know. Those are details to be figured out and discussed as things like this actually start taking place and happening. All right. And that's the T-stop. That's right in front of the Marino Center. Off the green line, it's the E train. The one going to East Street. And it's back to my apartment. Go do some work, get some writing done, and edit this vlog and upload it. So it's back to Huntington Avenue, and I might as well show you the walk back home to my apartment, which is about 0.1 or 0.2 miles. It's not too far. I think this is actually used to be a physical therapy office down in there. But here's some buildings in Northeastern. There's that little skyscraper back there that is peeking from behind that, all these buildings where the crane is, if you can see it up there. I'm not really zooming in on all that right now, because I definitely don't want to drop my phone. And I'm trying to get back to my apartment. And there's Spear Commons, which actually I guess I will zoom in for, which is a place where the Northeastern kids play like wiffle ball. This is a very American thing, as far as I know. Definitely not a Jamaican thing from what I know. And there it is. This is the hall that I passed to when I walked to that gym, which is the Frank Palmer Spear Hall. Frank Palmer Spear Hall. Yeah, Northeastern actually reminds me a lot of USF in some ways with some of the facilities. I think it's a newer school compared to some of the older colleges that they have in Boston. It's actually pretty adequate. It's a good school. And there's a Northeastern University building. Northeastern University with a nice tree in the way. So there it is, Northeastern University. They actually used to, oh, and here's a bus. So this is a bus that I use, which is the 39. I often use the MBTA trains rather than the bus, but that's the bus that I get on sometimes because it is runs right down the street of my apartment is on. The building of my apartment is the apartment that I rent. And there's the YMCA, which is adequate too. It's just not free. It's like $39 a month or $40 a month. And they do have an indoor pool. I actually used to pay for a membership there, and I used it, but I don't work out enough to really want to spend $40 even on a gym membership, to be quite honest. And I'm not doing really high intensity things that I need all that equipment over and over again for. Beyond that kind of low intensity workout, I do walk sometimes up to like 5 miles or even 12 miles. Now there are sometimes I'll go for like a 12-mile walk. It's not every day. It might be like once a month, once a week. You know, every couple of, well, not even every couple of days, but yeah, definitely not exercising daily. And at my age, with my cardiovascular health, I mean, my health is pretty good. You know, I'm on some superior level. I don't really need to, nor do I want to exercise that much. I'm definitely not planning to run a marathon. Oh God. And there's my building. So we went across the street. And the people who let me use or have a bag for my notes is Symphony Market. It's just that plastic bag that you saw in one of the shots or one of the frames. And that actually leads down to Carter Field, which is a turf field where I play some soccer still. And down that way is the Fens, which have another turf field. And if you go that way, all the way down to Mass Ave, and then a left on Mass Ave, that'll take me or you to MIT Briggs field, which is a grass field. It's pristine, premium grass. That's the kind of surface that I love to play on. They had a lot of that in Orlando, played on that in Jamaica, played on surfaces like that in Canada, and also England. And Pritesh, what's up, Pritesh? Pritesh lives in my building too. Trying to see if he wants to work out, maybe go out and eat one day at one of these comfortable restaurants like Luca. All right, man, later. All right, now it's off to my apartment. And there's the YMCA. So yeah, that one's not bad. $39 a month. Or something like that. And there goes the 39 again. It's like clockwork up here in Boston. Like every, 7 minutes there's a bus, especially during rush hour and early mornings. You know, sometimes it's every 12 minutes. Sometimes it is late, don't get me wrong, but it's really not that often, especially in Boston. It's like, you know, if it's late, it might take 20 minutes, 25 minutes. By a half hour, you know, there's usually a bus. But if the bus isn't coming, you can also take the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority trains or subways, which is the oldest subway, the Green Line particularly, the oldest subway in Boston and the oldest subway in the United States of America. And it's actually quite clean compared to other subways in the US and pretty comfortable. So this is a restaurant that closed. It used to be Uno's. I used to eat the chicken parmesan all the time, a lot. Late nights, 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, hungry, didn't want to cook, had no food in my apartment, had a little bit of money in my account, right down to Uno's to go eat. And this is the entrance to my current abode or building for my apartment, which is the Riviera condominiums. And I might have the name on there. Oh, there it is, no trespassing. Posted in a very non-distinct place. Difficult to see, but still posted. Alright, well, it's time to go back to my apartment. Hope this helps a lot of y'all out there. Bye. So definitely like my videos, especially if you like them. Subscribe, that will definitely help me out. I'm definitely trying to get to at least 1,000 subscriptions within a year and 4,000 views. So the more views, the more likes, and the more subscriptions. Really, it's the views and the subscriptions that will make the difference for monetizing my videos on YouTube. So definitely subscribe, view, or rather view, subscribe, and like. And definitely leave comments. You know, I'm definitely looking to engage with people who have similar interests, people who are curious about health, exercise, humanity, sexuality, you know, or just about anything in general. And, you know, obviously football, footballistas, soccer players as well. Great. So there's a really nice clock. It's not set to the right time. Time is about 7 o'clock. And it's actually taking me about 3 days to film this vlog. So I will finish it up hopefully tomorrow or whenever Lee is ready. Knocked out.